Welcome to my Sitecore Diaries, your ultimate guide to digital experience excellence, your go-to channel for all the things in Sitecore and .NET. So I'm your host Jitendra Ghanekar. I'm an Sitecore Technology MVP 2024. So this is the video from the XM Cloud video series, and today we are going to see a basic terminologies used in XM Cloud. So what basically we are going to see is what is organization, what is project, what is environment. Then we will see what is editing and rendering host, what is the use of cloud portal and deploy app, what is the basic architecture of XM Cloud, different URLs for used in the different application, as well as there are some admin API endpoint which Experience Edge provides. So all those things we are going to see in this video. So if you like this video, please do click on a like button and do share this video with your friends and colleagues. And till now, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do consider subscribing to the channel and click on that notification bell to get latest update. So let's start today's video. So let's start with the three basic terminologies used in the XM Cloud: organization, project and environment. So when you talked about the organization, an organization represents a business unit such as a company or brand within Sitecore. It's a collection of your related team members and Sitecore products to which you are subscribed. So organization is a complete business unit, or it's your company, okay, under which you will have multiple brands, and every brand will have their own team members, and then which team members will have a different project. So and every project will have a different environment. So organization is the top level, so that is your business unit. And then as we said, it will have a projects. Okay, so what are projects? A project is a logical grouping of XM Cloud environment. Each project can include several environments such as a development, testing and production environment. So when you create a project using a deploy app, one environment is automatically created and you can use whether it's production environment. The number of projects you can create depend on your subscription. So project is basically a grouping of a XM Cloud environment. So project will have a multiple environments, so it's grouped into the single project, and those environment can be different types whichever you want to use: development, testing and production. And the number of environment which you can create is all dependent on what kind of a subscription you have taken from Sitecore. So depending on that number of environment you can create, and that group of environment will called as a project, and you can have a multiple project within the organization. Organization is the top post. So as we talk about environments, the environment is an entity that holds a set of a configuration, code and implementation. So it holds your project configuration, your code and the implementation. So let's say grammatically how it is set up. Let's see, first of all, you have an organization. So it is a single organization which you will have, and then this organization can have account of a Sitecore client. So you will have a license from the Sitecore. Level of user management, you can have a user management also can be handled at the organization level. And then you have a project. Now what is project? It's a collection of environments, and whenever you consider a separate software solution, that will go towards separate project. So if you have a different solution, then you will have a different project. So in this organization you have a two project, project A and project B. And when you talk about the environment, so it will have a three environment. So what is environment? The actual environment of XM Cloud that holds the CM instance. So it is actual instance of your CM, and it's allow multi-site also. So you have in this example you have a three environment. One is a dev environment, another is a UAT environment, and then the production environment. So project A and project B will have a separate environment. So project is a group of collection of environments, and then the collection of project is your organization. So organization is at the top level. So let's see more detail in environments. Each environment includes the following. Okay, so what does it include in the every environment? It involves a single CM instance. It has an experience H tenant. It has its own databases. It has its own indexes. It has automation clients, environment variable. So every environment has its own environment variable. It has own rendering host, an app tenant that connects the CM instance with the functionality such as the pages and components. So every environment will have their own pages and a component. So these are the different options available, or different features available in the environment. So every environment will have their own single CM instance. Then it will have a experience H tenant, databases, indexes, automation client, environment variable, and then the hosting. For a hosting, you will have a rendering host and the app. So when you talk about a CM instance, it is the heart of a XM Cloud. It's basically a Sitecore CM instance. Okay, so whatever things which you can do in same instance, same thing we can do it in here XM Cloud CM instance. It will have a managed site content, so you can create, store, or edit the site content. You can manage a publishing, content and modeling, versioning, workflows, translation rules, and permissions. So all these activity which you perform on your Sitecore CM instance can be done here. It includes your page layout, component, data source configuration, localization, and personalization setting. It delivers the data to experience edge using GraphQL. So your same instance is published to the experience edge. So from the experience edge, you can use a GraphQL to get a data on your application. Experience edge and environment variables. So experience edge, we already have a detailed video on experience edge. If you have not watched that video, I will give the link in the description. So experience edge, it is a GraphQL API based service endpoint that allows you to retrieve a layout and content distributed through a CDN. It is the XM Cloud publishing target hosted by Sitecore. So in XM Cloud, we don't have the CD servers, you have the experience edge. So when you publish it, it goes to the experience edge, and experience from the experience edge, your content is delivered to the application. Okay, and that can be done by the application. By they can create a GraphQL queries. They can query that over a content, and the experience which edge will work as a CDN, like content delivery network. So you can have the experience edge work as a CDN, and it will be faster. Okay. So for more details for experience edge, I will give you a video link in the description. Then environment variable. Okay, so environment variables are key value pairs that control core part of your XM Cloud environment. So it's an environment setup. So it is basically a environment related variable which you must have used in multiple applications. Like if you want to change any values depending on your environment, you can set up that in the environment variable. So there are three types of environment variables Sitecore XM Cloud provides. One is the system, another is the user control, and custom. So what are system one? These are the settings and configuration that control the core part of your XM Cloud environment. So these are the variable which control the core functionality of XM Cloud. You can change the settings or a local dev environment when using an external rendering host, but in production XMC environment, this can't be changed. So in production environment, you cannot change the system variables. Then the second one is the user control. So XM Cloud environments come with some predefined environment variables whose values you can control. So these are user controlled variables, so user can control their values. Okay, so these are the predefined values which comes in the XM Cloud, where you can change the value as per your requirement. And the third one, which is used to create your own variable. Okay, so you can create your own custom key value pair stored in the XM Cloud. So these are the environment variables. Again, the editing and the rendering host. So the editing host serves only to allow editing experience inside the XM Cloud instance, and is not set up or scaled for serving a live traffic. So it is like you are editing the content. So for that, you will have an editing host which will look like a so you can say a preview kind of a thing, and where you can just edit it. It will not serve your live traffic, so it is not that live pages you are changing. Okay, the editing host is essentially a set of configuration telling Sitecore XM which application code and settings to use when displaying the pages of your site in the advanced content and layout editor such as a expense editor or a pages. For running the expense editor pages, you will need a editing host. Then there is a rendering host. Okay, the front end application is also referred as a rendering host, and it is used for displaying the website to your app audience. You host the application on platforms such as a Vercel, and this application set up and scale to serve the live traffic. So rendering host is basically used for serving the live traffic. So rendering host is nothing but your application, your front end application, which can be hosted on the platform like a Vercel. Okay, so that is called as a rendering host, and it is used for your live site, so it serves the live site. Now there are two apps we will talk about: Cloud Portal and Deploy app. So Sitecore Cloud Portal, it is a central hub to access all the DXP products. So all the composable products you can access via the Sitecore Cloud Portal. You manage your organization and users in the portal and manage access to the app. So you can organize your organization, your users in the portal, access in the Sitecore Cloud Portal. You can access the cloud portal with this the given URL. So this is the URL: portal.sitecorecloud.io. so that is your Sitecore Cloud Portal URL. And when you talk about Deploy app, it includes a walkthrough for creating a project. So you can create a project in the Deploy app, a detailed log of every step of the deployment process, a status page, and centralized location to manage your project and environment. So it is an app where you can create your new project. It will give you a detailed log of your every steps in your deployment process. Basically you are deploying your app. It will have a status page. It has a centralized location. This is a centralized location where you can manage your projects and environments. So organization is managed in the Sitecore Cloud Portal, whereas your projects and environments are managed in the Deployed app. After you successfully complete the project creation flow, so once you created the project in your portal, the app runs the following processes to complete the project creation. There are 3 steps which is performed by the app. First is the provision, so it makes the provision for your app. Then you have a build, then deploy. So you build it and then deploy your application. So these are Sitecore Cloud Portal and Deployment app. Now when you talk about the basic architectures, you may have many times you have seen it. It is similar to Sitecore headless one. Okay, a little bit of difference. So you will see here you have a Sitecore Cloud Portal which will you manage your complete organization, and all these are within the Sitecore Managed Cloud. Okay, so it is completely, the infrastructure is completely managed by the Sitecore on the cloud. Okay, you have an editing host, which is like you want to see a website before publishing, then you can have an editing host. So whatever your application code, that must be hosted on this also. And then if you see here, build and deploy service. So Sitecore provides you a build and deploy service. Okay, this can be done by using Sitecore CLI or Deploy app. Okay, so what it does, there is a configuration in Deploy app where you can configure your source. Okay, GitHub or whatever you are using. So generally use a GitHub. So GitHub can be configured with your Sitecore Deploy app. Okay, then your application, your developers and whatever making the changes, you can push that into this using Sitecore CLI. Okay, and then once it is built successfully, it get deployed on your XM Cloud CM instance. So this is the instance occurring on CM instance using editing host. So this is the instance where you can do a content authoring. Okay, so you deploy your everything on this by using this service which will build and deploy. Okay, so XM Cloud is basically it's also handle your DevOps process. So that is what it is showing you here, CI/CD part. So where whatever you make a changes, it will get built and deploy here on XM Cloud CM instance. Okay, if you will verify those changes, and if once you publish it, there is no CD server. If you see, we have a experience edge here, so everything will get published on the experience edge. Okay, and the static site hosting. So this is basically your rendering host, okay, your separate application. So if you see here, it is outside your Sitecore managed cloud, so it is completely separate one, okay. So this is your application, the client application, which is for which if you need a content from the Sitecore, you use the GraphQL to get a data, okay. So content delivery using the edge. So this Next.js application make a request to the experience edge by using a GraphQL, whatever content they are required, and it is provided by the experience edge as a response of a GraphQL query. And this static site hosting, that is your Next.js, will be using for your application. So this is how XM Cloud architecture works. Now we will see a few of the application and their URLs. Cloud portal, we have already seen that Sitecore cloud portal. You have portal.sitecorecloud.io. Then there is an application called components, which is used for building your components. So that is can be accessed components.sitecorecloud.io. Then you have a pages.sitecorecloud.io, so where you can design your pages. A deploy app, which we talked just a few minutes back. So deploy app can be accessed for deploy.sitecorecloud.io. Experience Edge admin API endpoints. So Experience Edge admin. So Experience Edge, as we discussed, it is like a CDN kind of a thing, right? So you might have need few functionalities which you want to do. So how you can do it? By using the admin API. So base address is sitecorecloud.io/API admin/VM, and there are different methods which can be used, like clear cache for tenant, that will clear the entire cache for a given tenant. Then you have a delete content, which will help you to remove the tenant data from the data storage. Then you have a get setting, which will list all available setting for the tenant. Update setting, which will update all the settings for the tenant. Then you have patch settings. Then for the webhook, you have a create webhook, update webhook, and delete webhook. Create a webhook will create a new webhook. Update will update the existing webhook. Delete will delete the existing webhook. Then we have a list webhook, which will list all the webhooks in the tenant, and then get hook by ID, get specific tenant webhook. So these are the different endpoint which you can use in the XM Cloud for any operation in on the experience edge. All right, we are done with this today's video. Just we are and try to understand that if this basic terminology is used in XM Cloud. Again, this video will help you in the clearing the XM Cloud certification. There are quick questions, the topics which are covered in this video. So if you like this video, please click on a like button to share this with your friends and colleagues. Till now, if you are not subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing to this channel and click on the notification bell to get latest update. Thank you. Thanks for watching.